Don't win the sodding car, don't win the sodding car, don't win the sodding car, bugger it to hell, I've won the sodding car, haven't I, rats? Okay, yes, there we go, absolutely sodding typical. Well, I suppose I'll send in no, don't give me finger pistols, Mr. Raccoon, I'm not at all impressed. I've gone and won a bloody Ardent, haven't I? I didn't ever want this vehicle. Could have bought it, chose not to, now I've got a sodding thing. What am I going to do? Put it in the arcade, I suppose. Yes, hello, Mr. Raccoon, how are you doing? And, hello, everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Puglo Escobar, and as you've just, bore witness, ladies and gentlemen, we have, gone and won I've gone and won an Ardent, haven't I? An Ocelot Ardent, I do believe it is. Okay, well, Mr. Raccoon's brought me over here in his vehicle. Unfortunately, the camera cut out, so we haven't got any of that journey, but we're over here at the arcade, ladies and gentlemen. Got no idea why I chose to put it over here instead of Hillcrest, you know, but I did, so there we go. Okay, and here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're inside the arcade here. Just have a quick look. We'll go down and have a look at the price of the Ardent there. If you're not if you weren't lucky enough to win it yourself, doubtless, as you can see, it was a long time ago. So yes, there we go. $1,150,000, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Ardent, only the Ardent it is called, you know. But it looks very similar to the Ocelot Stromberg, which is why I refer to it as that. And as you can probably tell, ladies and gentlemen, like I say, by my attire, the snow on the road and the livery on the vehicle that I have won. Yes, this is a rather old video now, isn't it? It was filmed around Christmas time, as you may well be able to deduce. Okay, well, this is the Ardent, ladies and gentlemen, a rather shocking livery. What do we think? Well, it's difficult to tell with that absolutely hideous sort of coloration all over it, isn't it? It sort of ruins the lines, but there we go. Okay, I'll take it on outside. We got Mr. Raccoon waiting for us. Oh, hello, old chap. Why don't you jump on inside? Okay, well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Ardent, like I said, retailing for $1 million, just over $1.1 million, wasn't it? Yes, it's snowy on the streets out in Los Santos, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, this was filmed around Christmas time, so we're gonna forego that initial standard lap. And we're gonna, you know what, sodding hell, actually, I think we'll go for it anyway. Okay, so here we go. It's sort of a bit of a waste of time, ladies and gentlemen, you know, but this is the unmodified version, ladies and gentlemen. We can see it coming down from Hillcrest, so we will take it out on a standard lap, and of course, as I say, this is the unmodified version. Okay, so what do we think? Well, it's difficult to tell in the snow, ladies and gentlemen. It's very, very slidey there, isn't it? One would assume that's going to be different in the dry conditions. But what do we say? Acceleration seems fairly average. Whoops, it days has almost hit that. Acceleration seems fairly average. Top end speed seems fairly average, ladies and gentlemen. Steering tricky, hard to tell, you know. Whoops, sliding around there. How about that? Got away with that one quite nicely. Okay, jolly good and all that. Yes, like I say, so handling, I can't really tell, ladies and gentlemen, in the snow, to be quite frank with you, but it does feel a little on my heavy side. Okay, well, here we go. Sort of picking up some speed now, though, isn't it? Not too bad. There we go. We seem to be flying along now. Okay, there we go. Jolly good, and we're flying down. Okie dokie. So yes, this is an armed vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. As you saw, it can be found on the Warstock Cash and Carry website, you know. When they say armed, ladies and gentlemen, effectively speaking, all it's got is a blinking pea shooter at the front there. Bloody useless they are, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely useless. Okay, well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We've brought it back to the Maze Bank offices, as you can doubtlessly see, and we're going to take it on inside the custom auto shop and go and have the vehicle modified, as we always do at this junction of the video, and hopefully get rid of those bloody liveries, don't you? They're absolutely sodding hideous. Okay, well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are inside the custom auto shop, and as always, we will be going through this section of the video at double speed in order to hurry things along somewhat, but still give you an idea of the different modifications and you know, both sort of performance rated and aesthetic, you know, that can be affected to this vehicle should you then choose to go ahead and purchase it. Okie dokie, so here we go. We're going through some of the more functional aspects, and now we're going to go through some more of the aesthetic stylings. And it's sort of tricky to tell, isn't it? Like I say, with that rotten livery on there, you know. There we go. So I should have perhaps changed that before. I do think I have a slight problem with that. Okie dokie. Right, we'll have a look at those hoods, and there we go. Yes, so what do we think, ladies and gentlemen, of the Ardent, you know? Well, to be quite frank, you know, it's been surpassed by so many vehicles nowadays. It really is entirely superfluous, you know. You may as well go get yourself an Ocelot Stromberg. It's got missiles on board on it. It's a very similar style car. Yeah, like I say, the only real benefit this vehicle has is those machine guns. Yeah, they're not effective whatsoever. Okay, but there we go. Right. Okay, what can't seem to remove the livery. Right. Okay, what's going on here? Right, okay. Right, that's really rather annoying. Okay, right, I seem to have got the library sort of stuck on there. I hope that's really rather annoying. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we are in the snow, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take it out for a dry lap later on, you know. But just for the sake of it, we're going to have Mr. Raccoon take a standard lap, as there's no real point in doing the standard lap in the snow, for the purposes of testing the vehicle's driving capabilities. And so we're just going to take one quick one now for fun. You can see Mr. Raccoon firing away. Ups and daisies, Mr. Raccoon. Watch the cars. Yes, firing away with his machine guns there. Okie dokie. So yes, like I said, this is the Ardent, you know. Like I said, not a particular fan. Was never going to purchase this particular vehicle, and I do seem to have gone ahead and won it now, don't I? So okay, well, we can have a look at it driving through the streets there, some sort of different angles. And okay, yes, why not go into cine mode? Okay, and we're coming down this bottom right-hand corner. As you can see, sort of halted around there perfectly well, even considering it's the snow, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Mr. Raccoon trying to weave through the traffic there and hitting one or two cars now, isn't he? Okie dokie, well, to be perfectly frank, he does a much better job than I, as I always sort of hit 9 or 10 of them with quite frankly. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, yes, here we go, we're getting it round, and once we've done that, we're going to go in, see what else we can do. We will, of course, at some point, ladies and gentlemen, take this vehicle on up to Sandy Shores, and go and do some tests, put everything some other vehicles and see how she handles. Now, unfortunately, I have tried to put it down the top speed test track, ladies and gentlemen, and unfortunately, it can't seem to be put down that particular race, so that's rather a shame. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and call in my Avenger or my MOC, I do believe it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take it on inside and try and get these blasted libraries, you know. For some reason, can't seem to get rid of them in the custom auto shop, as you saw, you know. But we go here, and there we go. We're going to the MOC. Yes, we can get rid of them now. Okay, so now we can have another look at the color. We've got some of the libraries there that we could put on. Okay, if we sell it, all right. Okay, I don't get anything for it because yes, I got it for free now, didn't I? Okay, well, never mind. So as we're inside, as we have now got that library off, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we're going to have a look at the coloration there, and we're going to put some dark windows on it, and we'll have a look. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, we got a two-tone colour there, rather nice line down the side and round the wheel arches, and the spoiler there at the back. Okay, now normally, ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't go for this coloration, but you know, it is Christmas time, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I'm walking around in a pug suit, or at least was Christmas time when I was filming this video. I decided I'm going to go and put it in the blue or something like that when I'm done with it, you know. But like I say, as it is Christmas time, ladies and gentlemen, or perhaps a black, yes, I think I'm going to go for a sort of Christmassy look to the vehicle. So there we go. It was, like I say, it was sort of a seasonal time, ladies and gentlemen. Okie dokie, and there we go. Okay, and there we go. That's my Christmas Ardent, ladies and gentlemen, in a sort of Santa colours there to go along with my Santa suit. Okie dokie, there we go. Jolly good. And I'm going to hop on out, I think, and then hand the wheel over to Mr. Raccoon. There we go, my Santa suit and my Santa car. Okie dokie, jolly good, ladies and gentlemen, right here. And yes, we'll let Mr. Raccoon have another drive in the vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take him on up to Sandy Shores, sorry, Raccoon, and then we're going to take him on to Sandy Shores, and yes, do some tests and put it up against some other vehicles. And you can see he's having a play with the machine guns there, and as you can see, they really are sodding useless. Okie dokie, well, before we take it up to Sandy Shores, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to put it around the standard lap, ladies and gentlemen, as an actual test. And as you can see, yes, now we are on dry streets, okay, snow-free streets. So acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, not too bad, to be quite frank with you. Once it's got that traction, you know, it did sort of get up there relatively quickly. Top-end speed, well, let's have a look what we're looking at here going down. And it does, let's be quite honest, it does seem to be sort of moving now. It does seem to be going considerably faster, I would say, you know. Handling, ladies and gentlemen, yes, and that's where it all comes apart, I'm afraid. That is the main letdown to this vehicle, don't you know. Its handling is heavy, ladies and gentlemen. It's sort of a dull, heavy vehicle, you know. You have to press quite a little bit, quite hard on the control stick to get any movement out of it, and then it sort of lurches across the road and wants to come back and use it. So it's a combination of like I say, a heavy, dull steering, ladies and gentlemen, quite a wide turning circle, and that's mainly, ladies and gentlemen, where this vehicle's let down. You know, other than that, it's perfectly functional, you know. Okie dokie, and like I said, I mean, it's $1 million. It used to be quite expensive. Nowadays in GTA, money, it's quite cheap. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're taking on up, as you can see, to Sandy Shores now, and we're going to put it up against some other vehicles and see how she stacks up. Okay, and it is a sort of nice looking car, based on a Lotus Esprit or something like that, one would assume. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, here we go. This is the very first of the races. This is the Benefactor GT Sterling, I do believe this is, ladies and gentlemen. It's a sort of classic sports car as well, you know, ladies and gentlemen. This is a classic sports car. The Ardent is, I believe it qualifies as. They're in the same sort of price bracket as well, you know, ladies and gentlemen. $975,000 for the Sterling GT there, ladies and gentlemen. As you saw, 1.1 million for the Ardent, ladies and gentlemen. There's really nothing, you know. There's yes, I mean, there's quite a lot there, isn't there? Quite a big difference, isn't there? Let's be quite frank. He got over the line before him. Okay, well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is number 2 on our list, you know, and this is once again another sports classic. We sort of thought of it was sort of more sensible, put it up against cars of its own ilk, you know, ladies and gentlemen. And so this is the Grotti Turismo Classic, you know. Retailing for a price of $705,000, ladies and gentlemen, and I sort of nudged him out the way there, didn't I? So not really a fair test, ladies and gentlemen, but that's not going to stop him. Look at that, how about that? Goes flying off into the distance, you know, and we decided that pretty much is the nail in the coffin for these tests, you know, ladies and gentlemen. If you can't beat the Grotti Turismo, whoops, sorry about that, Mr. Raccoon, can't beat the Grotti Turismo Classic. There's not a fat lot it can beat out there, and so we're going to bring it on to the final stages of these tests, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what Mr. Raccoon likes to refer to as Big Daddy Z. $725,000, ladies and gentlemen, buys you the Pegassi Zentorno, and it certainly is one of the best cars on the game for its money. Now, I should point out that's Mr. Raccoon driving all the other vehicles and taking a rather shocking corner there, it has to be said for him. How about now? We've got in front of the blasted thing. Well, actually, this might turn out to be quite interesting, and no, of course, it's not going to. Okay, it's like I said, Mr. Raccoon driving all the other vehicles. His name is the Bromby. He has a channel of his own. It's called the Bromby. If you know that on YouTube, you should be able to find out where you can do that. Now, we've only got one last question now, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, that question is the Grotti Italy GTO. This is what Mr. Raccoon and I like to refer to as the final masquerade, you know, and you're about to see why that is, ladies and gentlemen. The reason is that the Grotti Italy GTO is one of the fastest car, if not the fastest car on GTA Online, you know, unmodified without a boost sort of thing, I do mean. Sort of modified but without a boost, I mean. And yes, there we go, there we go, ladies and gentlemen, it's shooting off into the distance there, isn't it? I mean, how about that? I mean, so, $2 million, though, should be pointed out for the Grotti Turismo Classic, so twice the price, but ladies and gentlemen, about 200 times the car. Okay, and it's leaving us an outweigh there. So what do we think, ladies and gentlemen? What can one say about the Ardent, you know? Not a fat lot, really, to be perfectly honest with you. Is it worth the money? No, it's not really. You know, it's been surpassed by many other vehicles, you know, out there. Like I say, it's got those machine guns and whatnot, but in terms of performance around the track, it really is sort of a letdown, you know. Okay, is it worth the money? No, it's certainly not. That's why I wasn't going to buy it and why I didn't want to win it. We were sodding hell, Mr. Raccoon, bloody hell. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you for watching.